Today's gospel spells out what the followers of Jesus are needed to do, what they need to do to be a follower of Jesus, a true disciple of our Lord Jesus. This woman in the gospel today, she gave everything she had to God, all of her money, meaning she trusted God with his temple tax, trusting that God will always help her out. And Jesus, he sets this woman as an example to all of us. Give all to God. Give all to God. Give all to God. Give what is worth the most to you, the most important to who you are, okay? Not necessarily money, but what is most necessary for the flourishing of your whole life. Give it over to God. Not just your money, but all of you guys, all of you. When we give to God, it should be a sacrifice, something that is felt deep in the soul. Through the actions of the widow today, the Lord demonstrates the importance of having true faith and the significance of this sacrificial giving that I'm talking about. Now, Jesus doesn't say here, what happens to this lady, but we know the story. We know the rest of the story. Because what happens to this woman is God takes care of her. God takes care of her, and he gives her the precious gift, of promising to be our God when we promise to be his people. That's the agreement. That's the covenant. We are God's people, and God is our God who takes care of us, which requires faithfulness. God is faithful to those who are faithful and who trust in him. Now, you guys, I've seen tons and tons of miracles of what giving everything you have to God can do in your life. What putting God first in your life happens, what it does. Padre Pio says, famous Saint Padre Pio said, put God first. Pray, he says. Hope, and don't worry. Pray, hope, and don't worry about it. Forget about it, right? So when you give it all to God, no need to worry or be afraid of anything. Now, just like that widow, she prayed and she gave it all, and she hoped, she didn't worry, and I'm positive, again, that God took good care of her and rewarded her 1,000,000 times over. Now, maybe not in this life exactly, but with grace upon grace for sure, in the kingdom of heaven. This lady stored up her treasures in heaven, as they say. So, St. Mary, I ask you today to do a gut check, okay? Do a gut check. What are you holding back on with God? What have you not yet given up to God in your life? Not just riches, but things that you're holding on to, the things that block you from the fullness and the love of God. What is blocking you today? Anger? Hurts? Malice? Jealousy? Maybe some selfishness? Is that blocking you from receiving God fully and loving him fully? Give all that up to God as well. Because when we give all that to God, again, it frees us. It frees us so much. And it gives us this heart that is able to receive all this amazing grace and love from God. And then we can have peace. Doesn't that sound great? Don't you want peace in your life? I'm sure that this widow slept very well, knowing that she left it all to God. So, St. Mary, follow her example. Don't worry, be happy.